Hello, 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 hello.
Hey, sister.
Hey, hey, hey. This
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We're starting off with my song. I think this is proof. We're here, and it's proof that we can make it.
Hmm.
Here we are.
Yes.
All right.
There's so much trouble all over the land.
Come on in and tell us where you are streaming from. We're excited.
But we've got an anchor. His promises are true. Just keep on believing. God will see us through. Come on, say we can make it. Come on, don't you give in. We can make it. You might be troubled on every side. Come on, tell somebody next to you, say we can make it. Ooh. Yes, we're burdened on every side. Often perplexed, but never in despair. This is a promise God has given us. He said,
Hey, sister.
I said I'll be right there.
You can make it.
Sister Sonia. Hey, Eloise. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, Nikki. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Go ahead and drop in the chat where you're from, where you're joining us from, where you are listening from.
He's Jehovah Jireh. God says I'll provide. Help me so we can.
All right. All right, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. How are y'all doing? Sister, how are you? Let me just start with this disclaimer, right? So I don't know what's happening, but the internet is going on and off. So if I blink out, then it'll be you. So
I'll blink in.
if I blink out, you blink in. I don't know what's happening. So
it's a new game. It's a new game. But listen, it's a new year.
It is a new year. Happy New Year, sister.
Happy New Year. I want to start at the top of the hour before we even do the introductions. A lot of people put a lot of hope on 2021 and they just thought by waking up this morning, everything was going to be different. So the fact that your internet is acting up, that's normal. That's it.
You are absolutely right. Things are still going awry. And so, as you know, I always say I'm not wishing out the year we're in because I don't know what is to come. So I actually don't remember having, internet troubles with Sister Chat Live last year. So I guess this is something new, but I'm gonna roll with it for now. I'm good with it.
Go ahead in the chat and drop in and let us know how you are feeling this evening. What are you most excited about in this upcoming season of 2021? Let's go ahead and do our introductions. Who are you, sister? Who are you?
I am. Good evening. I'm Sharonda Ford, licensed clinical mental health counselor here located in Charlotte, North Carolina. I am licensed in North Carolina, New Jersey, South Carolina, and Florida. I'm a psychotherapist and a hope dispenser, and I am a God's girl. I'm a God's girl. And outside, right, after being a God's girl, I am blessed to be the wife of the amazing Kyrie Ford. So I am Kyrie's wife, and then I am the daughter of Patricia Mosley and the sister of all the fabulous siblings that I have. So, and I just, I love life.
And you do have some fabulous siblings, I will say.
I bet you would. One in particular, I think that you would speak highly of.
Keep the comments coming in the chat telling us what you're looking forward to this upcoming year. I am Sharonda Ford's sister. I am an educator. First of all, I'm LaShawn Mosley. Did I say that? Did I say my name?
No, because I was just wondering if you just was going nameless for 2021.
Right. Oh, no. Let me start with I am LaShawn Mosley with multiple devices ringing in the background. A wife, an educator, a trained life coach, a friend to many, a sister to lots, the mom of Mariah, the daughter of Rosalie Smiley, who was here for Christmas. We'll talk about that. We'll get into that. And I'm just excited to have this platform in 2021 to just have an opportunity to welcome everyone into the new year.
I am too. I'm super excited. I think we say it, we didn't know that last year was gonna yield us this, right? We didn't know that this is where we would be. We knew that we were doing the sister chat, right, as a act of obedience when Sonia was trying to figure out what to do with the kids and going to school, and the Lord just allowed us to keep it going. So super excited about that, and just excited to see what the new year does bring, and what we will see happen in the future.
Absolutely. And so as we just go ahead and check in with everyone, we have lots of people updating us, telling us what they're looking forward to. We have one of my favorite people. Andre says he's excited to make 2021 definitely better than 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that, boo. I hear that.
Looking forward to that. Who else? Who I see? Elvia is here from Concord. So good to see you, Elvia.
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We got Natisha Nikki on the line. Good to see you, Nikki. Nikki, I appreciate your prayers today. Nikki called me when I needed a call most and left me in tears. So thank you for being obedient.
Won't God do it? He will send us what we need if we're still enough to receive it.
How about that for being still? Because I was like, huh? How about that? Tasha, my roommate, 1991 and beyond. Hey, Tasha. Super excited to see she is there.
Yeah, one of my oldest friends. We met in high school, so we've been friends over 29, almost 30. No, over 30 years.
Yes. All right. So, LaShawn, have you chosen a word for? We're just going to wait a couple of minutes and then we're going to get into this announcement. So we're stalling, right? We are. I'm stalling for a minute, but we're going to wait a couple minutes. Wait. Can I talk about my cup? Can you see it? Can y'all see my cup? Can you see it, Sean?
I can.
What does it say?
Slide it over just a little bit to the, yep, there we go. And coming a little closer. I think that people can see the words if you twist it. There we go. And keep turning it a little bit. There we go. All right, that should be it. Good. Mm-hmm. And what does it say?
It says,
go ahead.
Oh my goodness, how fitting.
Go ahead, read it.
Her story isn't over. So that's what it says. It says that my story isn't over, and it has a semicolon in the middle. So my story isn't over. And as I look at that out of my peripheral, yes, I see Coach Canada has joined me. Canada says, I'm looking forward to stepping into my purpose through obedience to the Lord. Yes, Canada, me too. So for those of you who were on, I think the last sister chat heard about me. I'm choosing a wellness coach, a nutrition coach for Trim Healthy Mama, which is my go-to plan, which I have had success with in the past. And so Coach Canada is my Trim Healthy Mama coach, effective today. And so I'm not going to snack. I just got water. My story isn't over. And I just looking at her pictures, like I can see her saying like, it's the sugar detox week 1. Don't play. That's I'm just hearing it. So, hey, Coach Canada.
Hey, Coach Canada. And I think I think it's just so funny that she would join us tonight. You know, it's just a reminder. And I did sign up for is it 2 weeks? The
The
2 week sugar detox.
detox, yes.
So I will be joining you guys on that journey. So I'm excited about that.
All right, all right, all right.
All right. So you asked me, did I choose my words? So let me tell you, last night, as the clock started to strike, I started panicking and I was like, I don't have my word. I don't have my word. And so then I did my activity. I kind of go through, if you look on my intent, there's like a quiz that you can take that helps you to generate your word. And it's also the company that makes the bracelet that you can put your word on. And so when my choices came up, I was like, okay, I felt a little better, and it narrowed it down to unstoppable and fearless. Yeah, I haven't landed on one yet. Those are the two that I'm kind of teetering between, and hopefully by Monday I will have a word. But what I had to say to myself was that was causing me stress and anxiety. And that takes away from, like, what is the purpose of choosing the word, right? It's supposed to help anchor you through for the year, giving you something to kind of propel yourself forward. And so I was putting negative energy around it. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of had to stop a little bit. And again, I'm just practicing being still. So those are the two words that kind of are resonating with me. And that's where I'm at. Do you have your word for the year?
You know, what's interesting is that I have a phrase, and I had a word that kind of came up to me today, but now that I'm thinking about it, it possibly was because of Coach Canada, and all I've been seeing is balance, because that is that's what the group, her coaching group is called, Balance Chaos, right? So I know the Lord sent me there. But the other day in my quiet time with the Lord gave me forward, right? And so that's who I am. And I'm like, forward, like I'm sitting here like, yeah, duh, Lord, like I know who I am, right? And the Lord said, faithful, obedient, radically disciplined. So faithful, obedience, radically disciplined. And I was like, okay, Lord. So I talked to Kyrie about it. I said, Kyrie, this is what the Lord gave me. So that is definitely a part of what I am subscribing to. Faithful, obedience, radical, determined, discipline. So that's right. So in the viewing audience crowd group, tell us what your word is. If you have a word for 2021, or a phrase, something that you're determined to live by, drop it in the chat and share that with us as well.
And so along with that, someone reached out to me, one of the other, I don't know if it was a coach or I was talking to Stephanie, and she was telling me that this year, instead of doing a resolution or a word, she is doing a theme, which is similar to what you just described. And so you have to figure out what works for you, right? Everyone's talking about resolutions. Everyone's talking about vision boards. Everybody's talking about your word. Again, as we always encourage you, figure out what works for you.
And then do it, and don't be concerned with what other people are doing, because you want to make sure that you are doing what is best for you, what fits in for you, and what makes the most sense for you. What works for me, you know, people have resolutions, people have plans, people have different things, and you just want to be mindful and cognizant of that.
And don't be afraid to pivot.
Yes. Lori and I were talking about that. Was it last night, 2 nights ago, for 5 hours? That was one of the things that came up, was the power of the pivot. And I think that if we've learned anything in 2020, we've learned the power of the pivot. As an educator, as a parent, as a wife, you know, just as a person, we have learned the power of the pivot. Everyone who had plans and, you know, purpose things that they were doing had to pivot. There is no in-school learning. There is no on-the-job training. Like everything has changed. So I really thought about the power of the pivot, and how, you know, I'm saying this and I mean it. 2020, yes, sickness and death and different things that we've experienced, but 2020 doesn't owe me anything, right? I am grateful. I wanted to be awake. when 2021 came in, just so that I could be like, yes, I made it. Because April, May, June, I'm like, I just want to make it. Like, Lord Jesus, like, what are you hoping to get? While everybody's like, if you don't take this time and do this and be great, and this is your time to build and start and brand and do all these things, I'm like, I just want to make it. I just want to make it. And so that's one of the reasons also that I, play Tamba songs so much, because it resonates with me, because we can make it. And I think that for all of us who are here, it is evident that we can make it, right? There is a sign here that we can make it, period, right? Because we are here. So I think that is proof and evidence.
And then I also think you point out that we all survived a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that's a real thing. Yes, a lot of people are talking about organizing their closets and starting businesses and losing weight and all of these things, which are phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
But we all, if we're in listening ear, even on the replay, we have survived from March until this moment. We have survived a pandemic. Even if you got sick during this time, if you lost your job, if, relationships, whatever obstacles you have had to overcome to make it to this moment, you have made it to this moment. And God has a plan. This is just what my belief is, that God has a plan and a purpose for you. And so as you figure it out, take the time, but you need to acknowledge the successes that you have had, from showering, from waking up to, whatever things you have overcome in this moment. So one of the activities I had 2 clients do this week was to make a list of the goal is 100, but I broke it up into groups of 10, so it's not so overwhelming, but to make a list of 100 accomplishments, big or small, from January until last night. Come up with a list of 100 wins in 2020. Yeah.
So I'm sure did you start working on it already?
Yeah, I started on mine, and then I have 2 clients that are working on that.
That are working on that. So I think I'm glad to hear you say that. I think that'll be something that I look into and that I work on, because I'm interested in seeing kind of what my wins are. Right. I'm interested in really identifying them, because I do feel like I have had a lot of wins. Right. So if you're listening and you're out there, we're not asking for 100, but what is one, or what are a few wins that you had in 2020? Well, definitely we don't want to hear a lie, because we know if you're here, you made it. That was a win, but that is a win. But what things have you accomplished in 2020? What was a win for you? Definitely good to hear.
Yeah. And a way to think of it is, you can think of family, personal, spiritual, health, and financial, the 5 pillars of your life. So you can break it down that way as well.
Awesome. All right. So I guess I can't stall anymore, right? I think that we're gonna have to just go ahead and get started. And here's what we know. We're gonna go ahead and get started, and then we'll update as we go along.
All right. So let's start off with the question. What is new in your life? We always do our, what's new?
What's new in my life? What's not new in my life, right? Well, this hair is new. Listen,
I couldn't find mine.
Listen, y'all, this hair is new, okay? It's new. This is new hair, amen. So, no, Dre, no one bought you a new car, but shout out to the new hair, okay? I couldn't let that go. The hair is new. Another thing that is new for me, one of the things that, some people have seen on the flyer is that my website is updated. And so that is really, really exciting because in 2020, I have learned that I can't do everything myself. And I have learned the power of delegation. Well, I think everybody knows I was pretty good at delegating, but I have I actually learned the power of delegation in my business more, right? And so that is something that is new for me, and I actually have my website done over. So for whatever reason, just because of the way life goes right now, the actual SharondaFord.com is not connecting, but the website is still up. So hopefully we will have the actual SharondaFord.com shifted, and it will work the way it is supposed to. But in the meantime, we will just go with it as it is.
Again, I think for me, the other word of 2020 was flexibility.
Yeah, so how about that? I think I feel like a gymnast right now, but we are going to move forward, right? Because it is faithful. I believe that God knew even this would happen right now because he's faithful, obedient. He told me to do it today at this time. And so he knew that at this time, these things would happen, and I'm still doing it. And radical, like I'm just going to believe that whatever the purpose was that God said 8 o'clock January 1st, that's what it is. And discipline, this is not about me. I have to surrender some things so that I can allow God to be God for whatever his will is.
Yeah, I'm gonna be transparent too. And I think since August, I've owned my domain name, Mosley.com, purchased my hosting site for the website. And on and off, I would log in. I've watched hours of YouTube videos on how to create a WordPress website. You sent me links, and to no avail. It is a task that is beyond me. And finally, someone said to me, "You're too close to the problem." You can't, some of the things that we try to figure out in our own, like we can help everybody else, but I'm too close to the problem. And so I too have decided to surrender and say, not look at it as a failure, but just look at it as I can't, that's just not in my wheelhouse at this time. So I have, I'm handing that off as well. And one of the reasons was your motivation, your inspiration, seeing, how well you and your web design team worked on putting your product together. And so I'm not following that exact process, but I am finding a way to kind of hand off parts of it. And so as we look at the website, I'm just so excited and so proud of you. And there's lots of content on this website, sister.
There is. So guys, don't go there yet. Don't go there yet. But I do hope that you will go there at some point. And because of whatever is happening here, tomorrow there is going to be, we'll hopefully, if not sooner, there'll be an update. But you can look at it. I just want to make sure that you get to have the exact feel I had as I watched it come to life. This was an amazing process. And do you have a favorite thing on the website, LaShawn?
I do, but before I do that, I would like to hear, what was the feeling?
I think it was your word. It was complete joy. I had complete joy. Kim Shields was my website designer. My sister in Christ, Lori Ford, shared Kim with me. So grateful that we get to share our resources. And when we reached out to Kim, LaShawn, you were there. Thank you for our first call. I knew that the Lord had connected us and that she was going to be a joy to work with. And she has by far exceeded every expectation that I have. She has really blown my mind with the website. And so I'm just super excited about that.
So adding the right people to your team.
Yes. So having the right people on my team. And I must say, I am so grateful for Kyrie because even and we launched a little early, right? Because we needed to launch a little early, and just so grateful for Kyrie for allowing me to spend some of his birthday on this project as we kind of, move through it. But he was just so hands-on, and most people can't say that about their husbands, but Kyrie and you, and just being there by my side, and mommy, and I call her and showing her, and Asia and Wanda and Lori, like everybody. So just so grateful. Sonia, Dre, for Mariah, Brianna, everybody had a hand in it. So just extremely excited to have such an important, loving family that is so supportive.
What was one of the greatest challenges that you faced in this process?
Not being able to do it myself. Not being hands-on and not knowing how to do it, right? One of the transparent moments, one of the challenges that I have is that I don't like not being able to do stuff, and I'm learning. I do know I can't do everything, but there are things that I just wish I could do. Like right now, I wish I could do this and I can't, and so that's okay, because this is not my strength. Aww.
Dre has gone to Dre says, congratulations on the website, sis. Thanks, Dre.
Thank you. All right. And Kyrie says, Nikki, thanks, Nikki.
Oh, yeah, let's do Nick. Nikki said, awesome website. All kinds of love for the website. You want to read that one?
Kyrie says, we love you, boo. Love you too, honey. So grateful. So grateful.
All right. So there's another project mentioned that you have in the works as well.
So it's my favorite thing on the website. Is it your favorite thing on the website?
It is.
So let's hear it for my favorite thing on the website. Like, we getting a drum roll for my favorite thing on the website. And my favorite thing on the website, let me see, which one of my siblings can drop this in the chat. So I want somebody to drop it in the chat. Everybody can drop their own version of what's their favorite. We're gonna let my siblings, my family, my mama, Kyrie. We're gonna let somebody reveal it. Who's gonna drop it in the chat, y'all? Let's see what y'all got. Everybody trying to choose. They're trying to choose. Let me see. Let's see who picks, who chooses. I don't want to choose it, but here it is. This is the announcement. Here it comes. Are y'all ready? Let
me tell you, I'm not saying it.
You're not saying it?
No, it's yours. This is your moment. Go.
So
whenever you're ready.
It? Okay, so I am today, guys, January 1st, 2021. Today, this is your opportunity to purchase Chasing Rainbows in Pursuit of the Purpose, Promise, and Plan for My Life, written by me. This is it. Dr. Rhonda Ford, guys. You have this opportunity the wait is over, to hear my story in pursuit of chasing rainbows. I am super excited to announce and share with the world my story of infertility, my journey toward chasing rainbows. Super excited. Everybody's link is coming up as a file. Super excited. Is it just the way we see it, or is it like that on Facebook? I can't tell.
I can't tell either. But the neat thing is, tomorrow, if not tonight, you'll be able to go to SharondaFord.com, and the pre-orders have started. And you'll be able to, you want to tell us a little bit about the process to purchase or to get to pre-orders?
So the pre-orders, I see it. The pre-orders are starting as long as, the link is up. You should be able to order. We're going to check it in soon as we come off of the live. We're going to check it out and see. We are super excited. Someone said, I don't even see my link. We are super excited to... It's okay, so to share this story with me and the most incredible man, the most amazing man that I know, the one who has held, carried, and covered me for the past 14 years. So It has been a long time coming. This story, as the Lord has unveiled it, is completely uncut and unedited. It is it's okay, Dre, we'll do a post. It is uncut and unedited. I'm gonna tell you, just like the links that won't show, what we know is that Satan does not want this story to be told. This journey has been arduous. It has been challenging. It has been so many things. But what I know is that this story will change your life.
And let's just let that like wash over right there. So one of the things that kind of comes to my mind when someone sets out to write a book, tell us about some of the, like, not too much, because there will be a book launch release party, virtual, we're planning. And that event, if you want to be on the guest list, you will need to go to the website and you will need to get on Sharonda Ford's mailing list, because it will be invitation only, this event for the book launch. But if you'll just share with us just a little bit, just like a little snippet, little bit of, like, not a top challenge, a low level one, like just a little hurdle you had to overcome.
Being honest.
That's actually a big one, but
I was like, that's just the whole gamut. I mean, being honest, being raw, being vulnerable, being obedient, being disciplined. Just listen. Praying about who to use and who to choose, and this is huge, guys. Yeah. This is about 14 years of suffering in silence for the whole world to see. This is a story of hope for women and couples and families and friends all over, right? Because this isn't just for women. This is not just for women who experience infertility. That's not what this is.
Yeah, the whole family is impacted by the process, the struggles, the joys, and everything. And one thing that comes to mind when you said just being honest, I think about judgment and shame. A lot of times we don't tell our full story or our truth because of that judgment that's out there. And then that puts us in a place of shame. And we really don't have anything to be or to fit, there shouldn't be any shame around this. So
there should not be any shame around it. And I think I had to look over from when we were talking on Tuesday. And as we were talking and preparing for the launch release party, I wrote down motherhood is not a prerequisite for womanhood. And so I think that's one of the things that I want women to get from this book, is that motherhood is not a prerequisite for womanhood, and that I have value regardless, and I'm not defined by that. So I'm so excited one of the things I think that as I wrote it through the lens, and I'm gonna share this here because I think it's important, and we'll go more into depth at the book launch release party, but one of the things is when I wrote the book, I thought I was writing the book for women and couples who experience infertility. But as I did the podcast and talked to other people, what I learned is that other people wanted to know how to talk to, relate to, deal with, and communicate with people who may have been dealing with infertility. And so, or not just infertility, but miscarriage, stillbirth, trying to conceive, infant loss, grief. So when I thought of it as in, hey, this book I'm writing was just going to be for this little population, what I've learned as I've talked about this to different people is people have been contacting me and thanking me for giving them a window into how to treat people they know or treat people they love. And so I didn't realize it, right? I knew, but I only see it from one view, right? But I realized that this is not an isolated problem. This is a community challenge. And we've got to learn as a community how to introduce and share our stories without shame, without despair, without embarrassment. This is what hope is about.
Yeah, as a librarian and someone who advocates for books, books can be the windows, the mirrors into someone else's life, and then a reflection back for you in some area, even if not, personally related. So I do think sharing your story takes a lot of courage and vulnerability.
Yeah, about that. Yeah, I think there's a lot of courage and vulnerability. I think that is challenging, right? I think that I was afraid even tonight, right? Just even preparing for this for whatever reason, because you can't take it back, right? This is it. This is it. It's fun. The book is already in Japan. Apparently, us here in America are getting it second. But the book has already been picked up by somebody in Japan. So that's exciting. So this issue is not just domestic. It's a global issue. We're going to be, we're looking for a Christian to kind of translate that book for us when he gets older.
You leave my nephew alone, but yes, he will translate it.
Yes, I believe he can.
Yeah, let's just reset the room for anyone who may have just joined us this evening. We are talking about my sister's. Her website is up, and we are using the Wix one, and that's in the chat. And then her project that she just wrapped up, and it's in pre-order sales right now. The copy of her new book called Chasing Rainbows is available for pre-orders. And if you want to get on the waiting list to be invited to the launch party, you will need to also go to her website to sign up. And we are just all so proud of you. What's next?
So what's
in
next?
the process? Yes.
In this process. Let me say this too, right? Because I have to thank first I'm going to thank my cousin. I'm going to thank my cousin. Why did her name just slip my LaWanda Tony? I'm like, whoa. I had to thank my cousin LaWanda Tony because the Lord told me to reach out to her a year ago, and I did. And she introduced me to the most incredible editor ever, besides you, Bae Kyrie, besides you, Yakisha Wood. Yakisha. And so Yakisha Booker, and Yakisha made this book come to life. Like, it was incredible working with her. And I worked with Nalena Kai, USA best-selling author, USA Today best-selling author, Nalena Kai as a publishing coach, and Florenza as a coach. She assisted me along the way, and she is a children's author. My cover artist, JL Woodson of JL Woodson Studios. And so I've worked with some amazing people, and I'm super excited about that as well. So I had to say that. I know we're gonna talk about it at the book launch party, but I just had to say that because you're working with Yakisha just in the beginning of this process, and how she has stuck with me for the whole time has been amazing. So
I know your journey it has been much longer, but what is the time frame from writing the book to where we are right now with the release?
What kind of question is that?
I think it's important because I think often as a consumer, we just see the finished product.
Yeah.
We see the finished website. We see the finished look of this woman who shows up, makeup, booming outfit. And we forget that there was a starting point.
Yeah.
And there's a journey. And so I just think that's important.
I think
acknowledge.
This is the most important thing to say about this, is that you do not ever want to put a product out that you are not satisfied with. And while this could have been done in April, this is where we are in January, April 2019. I got proofs around here, right?
As the kids say, you have receipts.
I got receipts, right? April 2019. I thought we were getting ready to launch. I started that podcast to go along with the book. Mm-hmm. And so if you've been following, the podcast started in June. It was to accompany the book. The book was delayed, and here we are. But I can promise you, it was very well worth the wait.
Mm-hmm. I was just listening to Sarah Blakely, the creator of the Spanx, and she said it probably took her a good 5 years to bring that product from her vision to her first store. And one of the things she said in this podcast is that women, we are running this race, but it's a race that we, put on ourselves. And so we keep trying to, we feel like we're not making any traction. And she just kind of encouraged us to just, again, celebrate the wins and appreciate the journey. And in each failure, there's a learning. And she said her father, when she was little, he would ask her at the end of the school day, so tell me, what did you try and fail at? And then he would celebrate her failures. And that is what gave her the mindset to try, to just kind of live by. And I'm thinking in American culture, we look at failure as a bad thing or any setback or delay. And so what I'm hearing, what I'm hearing from your experience is there were lots of bumps and obstacles along the way, but with each one you learned something and it opened another door, a bigger door, an opportunity that wouldn't have happened if you didn't have that failure.
And so I embrace it. I have learned from it. I have grown in it, and I'm ready for what's next. Because I do believe that this is just the beginning. I'm super, super excited.
Well, let me put my seatbelt on. Get ready for the ride.
Get ready for the ride because we're rolling. And so I'm excited. I'm excited for the virtual book launch release party. So guys, stay tuned for that. That is coming up. It will be announced again tomorrow. You can look out for the website. We're going to launch. I'll put a comment in the event, the Facebook event, just so that you'll know that it, just in case it's not taking the order now, you'll know. And then we'll do something special for those that order in the pre-sale process. We'll have something special for them.
Absolutely. So we're just excited about all of those great things that are coming up. And then as we are, launching in the 2021, you still have your full-time therapy practice.
I do. I have the full-time therapy practice that is going amazing. I don't have any complaints. I am just abundantly blessed. As Nana would say, I am blessed and highly favored. I am grateful. I can't believe it. I cannot believe this is where I am in life.
Yeah. I read somebody had put a post up and they said that 2020 was, going well for them. And they felt some guilt around that. And I know early on, you and I have talked about, the fact that, our family has been able to stay safe. We've all had the privilege, and I recognize it's a privilege to work from home, all of these good things in the midst of the chaos, as your coach, her Facebook
chaos. Yes, and that is really what it has been. It's been balanced chaos. But I'm looking forward to 2021. I do expect another 5 to 6 months in the house, right? I don't expect it to be any different. Unfortunately, that's just me. I might get surprised, but I'll just wait. And I'm looking forward to all that is to come in this new year, as I am faithful, obedient, and radically disciplined.
Yeah, I'm excited about all of those things. And my niece Cherie goes back and watches later. So her and I are excited to finish our Netflix series, All American, which comes back in January. Yeah, she told me the exact date when she was here the other day. So we will, I'm looking forward to tuning in and watching All American with her. And Mariah, thank you. Mariah is going to be making decisions about what college she goes to. Because
Yeah.
this is Selena, this is Mariah's last New Year's Day before she goes off to college.
I can see her face right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is crazy looking at these kids growing up. But we got a new round of kids. So we got Zoe, Zion, and Christian. We got a whole new round. It's like a reset.
I'm telling you, and these accepted, she has been accepted to like 20 colleges. So crazy.
And that's just the beginning.
So
And that's just beginning because she's amazing. So looking forward to that and celebrating, with her and with y'all and just watching, just seeing it all unfold. Asia, thank you, sister. Cousin Fee, thank you so much. I'm excited. I can't wait for you guys to read it. This is what I said. I just can't wait. I can't wait to hear what people have to say. I can't wait to hear how it blesses people. I can't wait. I just can't wait. I cannot wait. So, what's your wrap up, Sean?
Well, I'm gonna just take a moment and breathe. I have my diffuser going. I have my peppermint, which is my favorite. So one of the things that I would just remind myself, and I'm going to use this opportunity to hold myself accountable, is to just be more consistent with my self-love. I've switched from self-care to self-love because I think it was Melissa who pointed out that self-care is more than a manicure and a pedicure, right? So, and so for me, that self-love is about, tapping into my mind and my body, being more intentional about getting some type of physical activity, movement, being mindful of the things that I'm eating, the things that I'm putting in my mind, and, just being more intentional with my self-love practices. I would encourage everyone else to do the same.
Yeah, I think that's important too. I think it's critical that we do it because if we're not loving ourselves, we're going to be so busy focused on other people that we'll lose ourselves trying to, love from the outside. We've got to love from the inside and be comfortable with where we are. So, speaking of love, before I give mine, we want to thank you, everyone, for the Love of Family contributions. LaShawn, we can post something just to say thank you. The family was over the top excited about all that they received, and it was just incredible. And so we just want to thank you for joining us in that in any way that you gave or contributed or prayed. We're grateful and they were grateful. So
yes, that was one of, you and I talked about it. That was one of the highlights for me this holiday season. The holiday looked different. Normally we would have been in Charlotte. My mommy hosts, usually it's New Year's Eve bash. We do matching t-shirts and hoodies and family, we take our group family photo. So this year definitely felt different and a little isolated, but we looked for ways to kind of still connect with each other and our contribution to this family. It was really nice to have us all kind of pull together for this common cause. And anytime you're feeling, down and in your own way, your own feelings, reaching out and helping someone else instantly will boost your mood. And hearing their reaction, and they were just so appreciative and grateful.
That mother had me crying for 30 minutes, like just crying.
Yeah.
And for me, not having children, to see the children so excited and opening gifts and things, it was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were able to purchase things for all three children. And then the mom, she didn't expect to get gifts as well. And so that was just so exciting. And just to hear her continuously praising God. She, she thanked us, but she knew, that it ultimately came from a higher power.
And that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And so my words of encouragement would be, don't quit, right? Don't quit. God has been so faithful. He is still God through everything that we've seen. And I feel like I can feel myself aging, because I'm like, Lord, if we look back over, I'm thinking of all the things that I know, but I know God to be a very present help. And I am just so grateful. And so that I encourage you, if you are uncertain of a direction that you need to go on, if you want coaching, reach out to my sister. She is available. If you want to set your life on a path and have your mindset shifted, reach out to LaShawn. This is a time. This is a time of restoration, right, and revival and resetting. And if you are looking for joy, if you want to be able to establish some goals and move forward, this is your opportunity. So reach out. We are here. I can't wait to share more about what I'm doing. I'm sure by next week, by Friday, there'll be a whole list of things that we didn't get to share today because of some of the tech issues. But great things are here. They're not coming. They are here. So put some feet on your faith and run and see what the end is going to be.
I love it. And I'll leave everyone with a homework assignment. It is the year of 2021. Make a list of 21 goals or 21 things you want to accomplish, 21 affirmations that you need to help reach your goals this year. But 21, write them down, come up with your word or your resolution, whatever, but you have to set an intention. Otherwise it stays a dream. Yeah. Just stays like a thought.
Yeah, write it down. And if it's too much, brain dump and go back to it. But just get it out. If you're driving and you don't have paper, use the voice recorder on your phone. But don't let good thoughts go to waste. Right? Don't let good thoughts go to waste. All right, guys, we're going to close out on our We Can Make It. I am so excited you joined us. Be sure to check out Facebook so you can get the updates for the website. When the official site is connected, you'll see a live now graphic on my page, and it'll show you that. Once you see that live now, you'll know that you can go on and purchase the book. I will send an alert. I will put a message in the group, and then you'll see what the incentives are and the opportunities. And it's not just the book on the group. I have on the website, there's some products there as well, some t-shirts, some masks and things. And so I encourage you to be good to yourself as you're good to somebody else.
Also, if you know a teenager in the New Jersey, and yes, you want to tell everyone about the Thriving Teens program. This is a free virtual teen program. Guys, listen and share this. This is amazing.
Yes, so share this. So many people know that Taraji Henson has a foundation geared toward mental health, the Boris Lawrence Henson Foundation. And so they have an effort for virtual teen groups, and the group is free. And Sharonda Ford Counseling, Coaching, and Consulting has been selected to be sponsored by them for one of those free groups. So I am hosting a free virtual teen group. This is for teens ages 14 to 18 or 16 to 19. If you feel that you fit in that group, if you're a parent and you know someone in that group and you are in New Jersey or North Carolina, this is the group for your teen, teaching teens to thrive, moving your teen from surviving to Thriving. And that post is on my page. It'll be reposted and recirculated over the weeks. Once the group is full, then it'll be full. We do have to meet, right, to see if your team, we'll have a small interview to see if your team is great for the group, and then you'll be able to register through Eventbrite. But it is a free virtual teen group for teens in New Jersey and North Carolina, and it is teaching teens to thrive, and I will be hosting that group.
And how long is
it's a 6-session group. So it's going to start on January 12th, and it'll be about 4 weeks. So it'll be about 4 weeks. It'll end. The group will end before Valentine's Day or February 15th. So again, it is free. Sponsored by the Boris Lawrence Henson Foundation, which is Taraji's foundation. She started for mental health, and it is an excellent opportunity for teens to get the mental health support that they need. So if you know someone, please share it. If you have questions for me, please reach out. You can text or inbox or DM, and I'm here to answer.
Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for your community activism. So we're excited about that. Like I said, on that website, there's lots of jewels and gems.
Yeah. So thank you, guys. We're going out on We Can Make It because we can and we will. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Again, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Thanks for joining.
There's so much trouble all over the land. People are hopeless,
Doing the best we can.
but we've got an name. This promise is so true. Just keep on believing. God will see us through. Come on, say we can make it. Come on, don't you give in. We can make it.
All right, Coach Canada, I'm ready for you. Sing, Samba.
On every side, often perplexed, but never in despair. This is a promise God has given us. He said, cast your cares upon me.
Happy New Year, cousin. Hopefully we get to see each other this year on the farm.
Happy New Year, Ford.
Thank you, love, for your support and your love. Couldn't do it without you. We can